John was browsing through a newspaper when an eye-catching job advertisement caught his attention. Night watchman needed at Gothic Garden Library. The job offered $10.50 an hour, with shifts from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. The watchman would patrol the library and record observations. However, the peculiar rules listed intrigued and unnerved him. Upon arriving at the library, John was struck by the dimly lit shelves and the antique ambience. The library manager greeted him. "Welcome. I am the manager of Gothic Garden Library. Let me explain some crucial rules." The manager, with a stern expression, began to outline the rules. Sole presence. From 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., you must be the only person in the library. If you see or encounter anyone else during this time, do not speak to them or approach them. Return to the office immediately and contact the authorities. Children's singing. If you hear the sound of children singing, leave the library immediately and call the designated number. Moving mannequins. It is normal for the art mannequins to change positions during the night. Do not move or adjust them. Security monitoring. Between 2:27 a.m. and 3:48 a.m., return to the office and monitor the library through the security system. If you hear knocking, do not acknowledge it or investigate. Ensure that the doors are locked during this time. Checking the ancient sarcophagus. Check the sarcophagus in the ancient history section multiple times throughout the night. If it appears to be open, close and seal it. If something seems to be moving inside, do not use your flashlight. If the sarcophagus is open, return to the office and lock the door. Everything must be normal by morning. Constant movement. Do not stay in one section of the library for too long. Move swiftly between the exhibits. If you hear breathing sounds, avoid looking in that direction. Office restriction. Do not be in the office between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. Bathroom use. You may use the restrooms at any time, but avoid the third-floor restroom. Basement entry prohibition. Do not enter the basement. This area is remotely monitored and should not be surveilled at night. If you believe something is moving in the basement, ignore it. If there is an incident in the basement, leave the building immediately and call the designated number. John began his first night on the job, diligently patrolling the library and recording his observations. Initially, everything seemed calm. As midnight approached, the atmosphere in the library grew increasingly eerie. Suddenly, he heard the faint sound of children singing. Following the rules, John quickly exited the library and called the designated number. The person on the other end simply replied, "Understood. Please continue your patrol." Returning to the library, John noticed that the positions of the art mannequins had changed. Their eyes seemed to follow him. Ignoring the unsettling feeling, he continued with his duties. At 2:27 a.m., John returned to the office to monitor the security system. He heard a knocking sound, but remembered the rule to ignore it. The knocking grew louder, causing his heart to race with fear. When checking the ancient history section, he found the sarcophagus slightly ajar. He quickly closed and sealed it. Something inside seemed to be moving, but he refrained from using his flashlight and hurried back to the office, locking the door behind him. Throughout the night, John continued to check the sarcophagus and moved swiftly between sections, avoiding any prolonged stay in one area. He heard breathing sounds, but resisted the urge to look in that direction. John successfully completed his month-long tenure without any incidents. Gothic Garden Library continued to hold its secrets in the shadows, waiting for the next watchman to uncover its mysteries. Those who learn its secrets might never leave the library again.